So for this project, I've decided to break it up into two sections. The first section is going to be talking about environmental, and the first module for that will be strategies for positive environmental impact. The second one is trees to combat climate change. The third is sustainability for Salesforce suppliers. And the second kind of section that I have is talking about the importance of good leadership and like management and that kind of thing. So the first one for that is going to be business value of equity. The second trail is inclusive marketing and leadership practices. And the third one is alignment with your manager. So the main focus for this trail is to really understand climate change and why it's happening and how governments are kind of trying to help combat it and what they're doing. So in the fact that cities and states, as well as countries, are leading the change to make their communities more climate resilient. This is being done through investments in green infrastructure, as well as renewable energy commitments. So to reduce carbon pollution, which is a huge threat to the environment. So from a business perspective of climate change and how even when you own a business, you are able to make a difference and you are able to continue combating climate change in the sense that you can have natural resources. These are important for businesses, and people respect businesses that have natural resources and they aren't damaging the environment. Combined with expectations rising from key stakeholders, they're changing. They want transparency and they want action. They don't want empty promises. They want you to say what you're going to do, and they want to see you follow through with it. They want you to be ethical as well as stay true to your values as a business. That's also very important, and to make a positive impact on the environment. So that could be like energy, food, water, as well as equality. These are all very important parts. So trees can actually help us combat climate change, and there are a few ways that they can do so. So first of all, their old growth and their regenerating forests, they absorb 2 gigatons of carbon annually, which is about 1/3 of all annual fossil fuels emissions. So fossil fuels emissions are a very big problem for climate change, and they have been a big problem for a number of years. Combined with forest products. So they include materials derived from a forest for commercial and personal use, such as lumber, paper, and firewood. They store more than 300 million metric tons of carbon dioxide per year. So there are various tree organizations all around the world that try to help plant more trees year after year. A big one is onekey.org. So this is a leading platform that joins together with governments, businesses, civil society, and ecopreneurs in restoring and reforesting our planet. They have been a huge success, and they've planted lots of trees. So there are a variety of ways that Salesforce ensures that their suppliers are meeting their standards and they are going to be sustainable, and they are aligning with what Salesforce wants in a company and who they are as a company as well. They go up with this by doing an interview. So interview starts, and it's laid around the table that Salesforce is a sustainable business and they want to continue being that way. They do this as well by contracting, as well as supplier business reviews. So the supplier business reviews is done in 4 steps. The first step is setting a science-based target. The second one is sustainability scorecard results. The third is sustainability partnership and transparency. And the fourth is other sustainability terms that have been mutually agreed upon. So these are all great ways that Salesforce ensures that who they are bringing onto their team aligns with their values. So shifting the gears a little bit here, I'm going to talk about the importance of good leadership. The first trail is business value equality. So equality in business is going to be very important, and to ensure that every employee you have feels heard, feels seen, feels like they're being treated as everybody else is, and good. So a couple of ways that diversity in the workplace influences a company is it drives economic growth. Different people from different backgrounds are going to have different ideas, new ideas, and they're all going to be super important for creating a team, right? So diversity is a key aspect of entrepreneurialism as well. So in creating and making new innovations, Diversity in the boardroom is needed to leverage a company's full potential. So that's coming up with new ideas. And a few key stats are employees to feel their voices heard at work are nearly 5 times more likely to feel empowered and best to perform. When you feel good at work, you want to do better and you want to help the company succeed. So inclusive marketing and leadership practices are going to be very beneficial to any business of any sort. So defining it is inclusive marketing as creating content that truly reflects the diverse communities that our companies serve. So that's elevating diverse voices and role models, decreasing cultural bias, and leading positive social change through thoughtful and respectful content. So when content is created that like everybody can relate to, everyone understands, it's reached by more people, and more people are able to benefit from it. So in the same sense, being an inclusive leader is going to be very beneficial. People are going to want to work together. People are going to understand that you are ready to understand and to see everybody's perspective, and you are willing to take it into consideration. So for my last trail to discuss today, I'm going to be talking about alignment with your manager. This one's very important as well. Working with a manager can sometimes be stressful and not always the best and not always the easiest, but it's so important, and if you are able to work with them properly, it's going to make your life easier and probably their life easier as well. It's important. It's going to improve your relationship with them and with people around you as well. It's going to increase the probability of securing resources for your project. So they're going to want to work with you just as much as you want to work with them. You're going to get to know your manager, maybe get to know yourself along the way as well, and you guys will ultimately be able to move forward together. Thank you so much for listening to my project.